Hey, greetings everyone, peace and blessings. It's me again and welcome to my channel. Um, I am in the restroom, but I'm not using it. I'm just in here for better lighting and sound. But yeah, so I want to talk about how God brought me back to Virginia. Now, just a little recap. 2 years ago, I lived in Hampton, Virginia. It was my first time ever living in Virginia. I had visited, excuse me, I visited prior to me moving to Virginia. But I lived in Hampton 2 years ago, and I worked as a teacher. But now I'm living in Newport News, and I'm now working at a hotel, just a part-time job, which is a stepping stone. Um, so yeah. So I 2 years ago, well, a little over 2 years ago, I would say like 2.5 years ago, I applied for these apartments, which are income based, and I was placed on the wait list for the apartments. So, like I would call like every couple of months to see where my place was on the wait list and how I moved up or whatnot. So, yeah, like during my time, which took about 2 years after I moved back home, like during my time or whatever, there were moments I felt impatient and I wanted to get away from my environment so bad. But because I was trying to recover from a financial situation, I really had to wait. So I lived with my mom. I moved back home or whatever, and lived with her and worked and paid her rent and paid my bills or whatnot. And but it just seemed like a forever constant struggle to like get things in order financially. So um, like I said, I have moments where I was frustrated. Excuse me. I had moments where I was frustrated, and like I would be asking God, like, why am I still in Michigan, which is where I'm from? Why? When am I going to leave? Why you still have me here? So now I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence, but whenever I would glance at the clock, like it's happened on several occasions, I would see there would be the time 7:57. Now, mind you, 757 is the area code of the area of Virginia in which I live. So, like, I kept seeing 757, 757 whenever I would glance at the clock. I would just so happen to glance at it around that time. And also, like, before I applied, like, to the apartments that I'm in now, I had a dream about these apartments. Like I dreamt, the building looked very much like the ones I live in. They were brown colored brick buildings with a brown rooftop. And I dreamt that they were like close to like a coast or like a piece of land or like water or something. So, and I do live, my apartments are like the water, the James River Bay is like right behind the apartments I live in. So yeah, like I dreamt about these apartments, but I didn't know what they meant in my dream. And um, so yeah, like I dreamt about these apartments, and then I applied. When I applied to the apartments, I looked and I'm like, wow, these look very similar to the apartments in my dream. And God has shown me things in my dreams or whatever. He has shown me things before they happened or like things before I would see them myself. So like it's been with like certain places I lived, certain jobs I've had. Like I could just go on and on about different things that he's made me dream about that he has shown me regarding like my future or my life in terms of my career and my living situations. So yeah, so like late June, I got a phone call from the leasing office saying that I was at the top of the wait list. They asked me was I still interested, and I told them yes. So they told me what documents I needed to bring and everything. So I proceeded to gather everything together, and I had just took a job, which I was going to be starting in early July, and I had to tell my supervisor about my situation. So she said she understood things happened. It is what it is. So I had to sign my lease. So she gave me 2 days off to travel and to go sign my lease and to come back. And then I had to give her a date, which I was going to be moving. So long story short, I worked my job for like 1 month. I was a dietary aide back home in Michigan. I worked that job, and then I moved here to Virginia. So like God was showing me signs. He was showing me things in my dreams, like in real life or reality when I would glance at the clock. So he was trying to tell me he was going to put me back here in Virginia. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. I am a Michigan girl in the Virginia world, and I love it. There are some things I do miss about back home. I miss my immediate family, especially my mom, my dad, my you know family, my aunts, uncles, a few friends of mine, close friends that I've been close to or whatever. I do miss some things about back home, but I am happy to be in a new environment. I'm happy to be close to the water. I'm happy that I am becoming familiar and getting around here. So, it's like a familiar experience, but also new all within the same time. Um, and I just hope that I can thrive here and I could survive and I can make it and I'll succeed here. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. And feel free to comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Feel free to subscribe. And then until next time, peace. All right, bye.